Welcome back, Wolfpack. Verlus here. We have a battle from Jay, who says BDLR is real as requested. I was like, oh, Belly Drum, last resort. Let's go and watch what's going to happen. Now, this is going to be cool because there's 2 battle submissions, and we get to see how much damage this Linoone does while being supported with the Clefairy, because doubles is inherently more risk. That is absolutely how you grammar, guys. But either way, like, we know that Clefairy is going to be really good with that follow me. Also, Friend Guard works out as well. Just in case there's like a split damage move, it gives that chance that Linoone can survive that, like a Dazzling Gleam, Rock Slide. Linoone will be able to tank it up after that Belly Drum and then dumpster everything, and this is what we have. Follow me. Like, follow me is the catalyst of destruction for any setup, and I think we've seen like Belly Drum follow me like 5-6 times on Fan Fridays. Let's go Belly Drum Last Resort, which will one-shot everything, because Stab Last Resort, over 200 base power. Absolutely unreal. And now we're doing 4 times that damage. And then we have Salac Berry from our Belly Drum into Gluttony. Like, this combo is absolute filth. And the Encore, like Whimsicott, it doesn't matter. Follow Me has too much priority. The Encore's not going to hit. The Leech Seed's not going to hit. The damages are not there. And then we get rid of the Whimsicott just in case. You know, it could have been a taunt set, even though it didn't show that, but it's done. And then we go U-turn on the Clefairy. GG. Now, I'm wondering what this team will do against Ghost-type Pokemon. I did notice that Crobat, so I guess you're going to, like... Well, Poison really wouldn't counter as hard as a Dark. Like, if you have a Dark-type Pokemon or some kind of massive tank to deal with Ghost, yes. Then this is pretty much unstoppable because you just save Linoone and Clefairy. Like, you double switch and you try to regain after that with the proper switch-ins. I think that could work out pretty well. Or at least you keep in Linoone to last resort everything, and then when it boils down to the Ghost-type, you'll still be okay. Clefairy, though, it's going to follow me. Kangaskhan. You might be Mega, you might be Ferocious, but you can't do anything. And Linoone, Salac Berry outspeed on that last resort. Done. Ah, it's so good. So now we're going to see Cresselia. Alright, we know Cresselia is one of like the tankiest Pokemon ever in the game. Also, Clefairy is super tanky as well with all this. Is there enough damage to one-shot the Cresselia? I'm saying yes. Put in your votes now. Remember, this is Belly Drum. This is silly. Even though Linoone isn't seen as an offensive Pokemon, let's rewrite the history books, people. How to one-shot a Cresselia with a Linoone. Too much damage. Acrobatics. Like, the Mulga isn't doing anything. It just got denied this whole game from that follow me. Doesn't have enough damage to hurt the Clefairy. Linoone's already going off, and that is going to be it right there. So, GG. Let's move on to the next one, because there is no re after that. Okay. So these stakes have been raised. That is a full legendary team for the opponent. I'm wondering if that's also going to be a last resort on the Porygon Z, because that would be absolutely silly. I don't see the speed support for it though. However, we can make something happen here. This is going to be really interesting to watch, and it's also going to be against the Mega Rayquaza. Things are about to get pretty fancy. So yeah, I don't see any double threat though. Like we can get that follow me down even with that speed Deoxys. I think we should be able to get an outspeed on the speed Deoxys after a Salac Berry, right? And even if we don't, like, actually, no, I think Deoxys still outspeeds on that situation. You just never see the speed Deoxys. You aren't ready for these calculations when it actually happens. Also, that is a Mega Rayquaza, as pretty obviously predicted. But anyway, now we're going to see how this one plays out. Rayquaza doesn't want to carry a Dragon Dance too often in doubles, so that might not be too bad for what we're going to see out of this Linoone. And there we go. Cosmic Power on Deoxys. Wants to use that speed, wants to get tanky. That's actually a good strategy because you're now 50% more defensive before your opponent can even attack you because you're so fast. Linoone rocking that Belly Drum right there. And then Salac Berry boosting after we see all of this fun stuff happen. So there we go. And it's time to see how tanky Clefairy is, because that's a Dragon Pulse. Not going to affect the Clefairy because of that follow me. And then extreme speed onto Clefairy. Clefairy with that follow me. So yeah, that's something right there. Last resort on that Linoone. Also going to be big damage onto the Deoxys. Wow, taking it out before it can set up more Cosmic Powers. And wouldn't you know, it is faster. But yeah, here's where the Friend Guard might matter. Like, if that extreme speed from the Rayquaza hits the Linoone, I'm pretty sure it can survive. So Clefairy has to follow me now. That mixes it up, and then Linoone with that last resort. Alright, so Rayquaza was looking to go for damage instead, but the last resort will take out the Rayquaza. And now it's up to Lugia, but Lugia has that follow me on it. Air Current goes away. Hydro Pump going to hit, and Hydro Pump non-stab, so not most damage that we'll ever see. And then Kyogre comes in, so Lugia's going to get one shot, Kyogre gets one shot. It's just damage checks at this point, because you just don't get around it. All right, so it is Primal Kyogre. Not really too much of a surprise. It gets some stats, but you know, we're not playing VGC right now. This is just free battle. We have 4 legendaries. Linoone's going to outspeed it all, though. Get that last resort. Kyogre, that's a one-shot. It doesn't have too much physical defense. Time to see what Lugia is going to do. Lugia, Heavy Rain's lifted, so it loses that damage, and then there's a punishment. Punishment, not going to do anything to Clefairy as well, and then Clefairy has an Icy Wind, so that's an interesting little bit of tech if you need it. Like if there's something that even outspeeds you after Salac, obvious Choice Scarf Pokemon, you endure it after that Belly Drum, and then you just still get those outspeeds. Linoone comes in, last resort, GG. That battle went faster than I thought it would. I think this was 6 turns, the last one was 5 turns, but that's still, yeah, that happened. Man, these battles are going so fast, but I actually did get another one. He typed in the battle code wrong, but I was able to unscramble it. Like, that's one really interesting thing about Fan Fridays, is that I've seen so many Fan Friday submissions, probably well over 1,000, easily over thousands at this point, that I've actually, like, identified patterns within, like, the battle code algorithm, and I can identify when someone makes mistakes. So I was able to fix it. Let's go and watch another one, this time with the Aegislash, so we'll figure out how to deal with Ghost-type Pokemon, potentially. Like, that's one of our biggest threats, because the idea behind this is, especially that special Aegislash, because that would really mess it up with the Flash Cannon onto the Clefairy, but still going for that setup. Like, Linoone needs to knock out a Pokemon, and then doesn't have to worry about as much damage coming back into it. So this battle might get a little more dicey, but we'll still see where the Perseverance goes. Like, Aegislash is one of the Pokemon you do not want to see with a strategy, so maybe something will be overcome. That's the light screen, so Rotom Wash not getting the correct screen in, maybe. And then Aegislash with a stance change, going for the offense. Oh, that is going to be a Sacred Sword. Oh no, the physical not hitting. Super right there, because Linoone, Clefairy's an obvious follow me. That's when you know you should just take those, whatchamacallits, the Swords Dances, and try to snowball it later. But there we go, last resort. And down goes the Rotom. So, Shadow Claw, I guess? Aerial Ace, that's an interesting thing that you see sometimes, but he just can't take out, he just did not have the right set. So yeah, it kind of boils down to RNG. I would like to see what happened with Flash Cannon, but I guess in those situations, you know, Clefairy either goes down, eats it, or you just go into the Rotom afterwards, and then Rotom doesn't have as much to worry about. There we go, another last resort. Bye-bye, Swallow. Oh my goodness, like, these battles are going by way too fast. Going back to Sacred Sword, that was another follow me turn. Not quite working out for the Aegislash. Follow me really outplaying right here. And there we go. Now we're going to see the Kangaskhan come in. So is the opponent going to throw out the Fake Out, unlike last time? Now I'm wondering, Fake Out, you know, with that Friend Guard, is there enough? All right, Clefairy with that Follow Me. Follow Me is going to come in on the Clefairy. Linoone used Last Resort. Wow. What is up with this lack of Fake Out, yo? But Last Resort, gonna KO. And then the Sacred Sword comes in. So, yep, I don't even know what else to say right there. So, Linoone has to switch out. He did everything he could. Like, yeah, that's actually when you take that switch out, go into the Rotom right now. We know Rotom doesn't have too much. Aerial Ace, that's going to hit on the Clefairy. And Clefairy has a Heal Pulse. Oh, wow. That's good for the switch in and potential, like, if you need a turn where you don't have to follow me, you just heal the Linoone back to full, and that's 25% tankier off the Friend Guard. Rotom with that Will-O-Wisp, going to make it where Aegislash does absolutely no damage, will get ticked down, it eats the Hydro Pump and dies, or something like this. And it's staying in the Blade form, because really, you don't see the damage at this point, so yeah, it's okay to stay in Blade form, but Clefairy's going to switch out. Time to go into the Pokemon that's, like, manly in this situation. The Scizor won't actually get much done, but hey, it can, like, Swords Dance and Bullet Punch just in case. Aerial Ace, that's going to be fine. A little bit of damage after the burn. Doesn't really matter, even with that neutral hit balancing out. And yeah, like, the Aegislash just was not the correct one for the job. Mega, it has knockoff. It's offensive with that knockoff. Going to absolutely trash what's left of this Aegislash. if the Hydro Pump doesn't do it first. Blade Form, no tankiness whatsoever, neutral hit. And that's the thing, like, Aegislash does not like neutrals or supers in shield form, but looked like a nastier battle, and it just still won. Wow, okay then. Linoone, it does crazy things. Like, I don't even know what else to say at this point. We've had 3 battles to showcase what it does. The battles were so fast, and I think everything that has needed to be said, said. I think at this point, everything has been said. Like, Clefairy, Belly Drum, OP setup on anything, and then we go into Last Resort. So we outspeed on Salac Berry, we one-shot, we find our way around Ghosts and Aegislash, and then we win the battle. So if you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.